This happened when I was still in high school. I never liked camping. Not the dirt, not the bugs, not the freezing nights that somehow feel even colder inside a sleeping bag. But every summer, my dad insisted on taking me deep into the woods with his friends. No phones, no signal, just character building. By sophomore year, I had enough. I convinced him to let me bring a friend. That friend was Daniel. Daniel loved the outdoors. He tied knots for fun, built fires like it was second nature. But at least he understood I hated it. So when we found out the campsite booking had been messed up, I actually felt relieved. Instead of some isolated forest clearing, we ended up at a developed campground, paved paths, bathrooms, even a small amusement park next door. My dad was furious. Daniel wouldn't stop joking about how this wasn't real camping. That night, after everyone went to sleep, Daniel suggested we explore the amusement park. It was closed, of course, but that made it more interesting. We climbed the fence. It was easier than expected. The place was silent except for distant generator hums and the occasional security guard rolling by. We moved between food stalls and game booths like we were in some stealth mission. It felt exciting. Stupid, but exciting. Eventually we reached the roller coaster. Up close, it looked massive. There were maintenance stairs running alongside the track. We climbed. The higher we went, the more exposed we felt. Metal steps clanged softly under our shoes. No railings in some sections. Just open air. When we reached the top, the view was unreal. The entire park stretched beneath us. For a moment, it felt worth it. But on the way back down, something changed. We hid behind a concession stand while a security cart passed. That's when I saw movement between two buildings. At first, I thought it was another guard. But this figure wasn't moving like security. He was crouched, watching, about 30 feet away. Then he stepped into the faint glow of a street lamp. He looked wrong, disheveled, shirt torn, and there was something dark on his face. At first I thought it was dirt. Then I realized it wasn't. It looked like blood. He darted back into the shadows. Daniel and I didn't speak. We just waited for the guard to pass and made our way out as fast as we could. The next morning, park staff informed everyone that a man had been killed at a nearby lake. The suspect was still at large. Late 30s, possibly injured. Possibly covered in blood. Daniel and I locked eyes. We never told anyone what we saw. I still think about that sometimes. A few years later, in 2016, during that strange wave of clown sightings across the country, something else happened to me. I was 16, riding the subway home after school, headphones in, not paying attention. The train stopped. I stepped toward the doors, and someone was standing directly in the doorway. A clown. Full costume, oversized shoes, face paint, no smile. He didn't move, just blocked my exit. I tried to push past him. He leaned down, getting close to my face. Too close. I slipped around him at the last second. That's when he lunged. I ran. He chased me through the station. And when I looked back, I saw something in his hand. A knife. I sprinted up the stairs and out to street level. When I turned back, he was gone. Police searched the station. Nothing. Maybe it was a prank, maybe not. But I didn't take the subway alone for a long time after that. The third story is different. I was out of college, picking up random jobs to make money. One listing caught my attention, a hotel lifeguard position, night shift, 5 p.m. to 1 a.m., $30 an hour. That alone made me ignore the strange details. They specifically wanted someone who didn't speak Spanish, which was ironic because I grew up speaking it fluently. I decided not to mention that part. The job started normally. I watched the pool, collected fees from non-guests, called the manager if there were issues. But there was one rule. If someone showed me a blue wristband, I had to unlock a building behind the lifeguard stand. No questions asked. The first time it happened, I thought nothing of it. A guy walked in. Came out an hour later. His backpack looked heavier. Then more people started showing wristbands, groups of them. I also started noticing something strange. People were overpaying me. By a lot. When I asked about it, the manager told me not to worry. That's when it clicked. This wasn't just a pool. I was standing guard outside something illegal. Drugs. Gambling. Something worse. And I was the perfect cover, just a lifeguard doing his job. One afternoon, I answered a call from my mom. In Spanish. When I turned around, the manager was standing behind me. Staring. He asked how long I'd known the language. I lied. He didn't believe me. I could see it in his face. The next day, he told me to come in early. Thought he had another opportunity for me. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept imagining the ways that conversation could end. The following day, I never showed up. I blocked their numbers, avoided that side of town. Nothing ever happened. At least not directly. But sometimes I wonder what role they really wanted me to play. Was I just an employee? Or was I something disposable? All three of those moments still sit with me. Climbing somewhere I shouldn't have. Running from something I didn't understand. Standing in the middle of something I never should have been part of. Each time I walked away. And sometimes that's the only reason I'm here telling these stories, because not every close call ends with a lesson. Some of them just end with silence. And the realization that things could have gone very differently.